when a group of dancers comes and joins in a circle and we take turns showing off our stuff. So people ask me a lot, like, why is it important that we do performance style of Lindy Hop or compete or choreography or any of those things? And I think there's an important technical lesson to be learned there. When you are like busting your butt and a bunch of people have eyes on you, you're going to dance different, number one, than you would when nobody's watching you and you're on the social dance floor. You're going to dance differently, and eventually that will equate to like dancing bigger and better in your own body and with your partners. It's always a little scary going into a jam circle the first time. My advice is you have to do it at some point. Just go in and be brave. People ask me though, how do you signal to everybody else that you're going into the jam circle? So all you need to do, the cultural symbol is to grab your partner and go to side-by-side position. So Tyson and Andrea are ready to go into the jam circle. They're ready to perform. Now sometimes there's multiple couples, like Paul might be connected to Hannah here, and we have two couples ready to go. In that instance, one of you just has to be braver and go for it, but everybody watching the jam circle, there is a piece of etiquette, and whoever was next in line should go next into the jam circle. So pay attention to who is teamed up around you, and if these two have already gone, and then Brandon might be ready to go with Amy, so they're going to get in position and be ready to jump out next. So you've been brave enough to grab a partner and come on out to the jam circle. The next question is, how long do you dance for? How long do you stay in the circle? You want to check out lindyladder.com, level 3, lesson 9, and you'll learn about phrasing and phrase structures. A typical couple will stay out for 8 counts of 8 in the jam circle. So, and you want to try to come out at the beginning of a phrase and end at the end of a phrase so that your jam is set up nicely to the music. So we have Tyson and Andrea here, and they want to make sure to make their way out so that they start their jam at the top of a phrase, and then they'll dance for 8 counts of 8. So one problem in a jam circle, occasionally there's a couple that really likes to strut their stuff a little too much, and they stay out too long in the jam circle. We call that a jam circle hog. And so you really don't want to go more than 8 8s unless no one else is ready. But you can see in this jam circle, everybody's waiting for a turn, and these guys are not ending their jam. So please be courteous. Look around. If there's other couples ready to go, get out of the jam circle. So typically in a jam circle, you're going out for 8 8s, and that means 2 phrases. Usually our jazz music is going to hit the end of each phrase, so our 4th 8 count and our 8th 8 count of our jam. So there's what we want to do is try to listen to the music and hit those ending 8s of the phrase. So each of my dancers here, you're going to think of a move that's sort of flashy or something that you love to do, and you want to save it for that 4th 8 or that 8th 8 of your jam. So there we go. 1, 2, 3. Do something cool! And the answer is yes to both. It's no big deal either way. Sometimes you've been working really hard on a trick and you want to show it off. So there's nothing wrong with doing some choreography. I guarantee those old timers in the 1930s did the same thing. But there's also no problem with just going out and showing off some really great swing outs to a great jazz song, and then maybe throwing in a move that you know already, a flash type of a move on a hit in the music. Or maybe just a simple thing like a mess around would be no big deal. So I have a couple of people here. We're going to do another jam circle, and I think you'll see the difference between some couples that have been practicing some material together and then some couples that are just going to go out and kill some swing outs. And I think both will be entertaining, and both are great Lindy Hop technique and etiquette. Yeah! jam circle. So there's a couple of things you want to keep in mind. If you're the first person to get into the circle, unless you're about to go in, you want to follow a rule like down in front and let the people behind see. As many people as can see, we want to let them see. The second thing, if you're at a swing dance event or at a dance where there's a live band, you always want to make sure to leave a gap for the live band. So if there's a band up on a stage or just playing on the floor, then we want to leave a nice space for them. The band loves to watch the jam circle, and the live band there's excellent musicians out there, and when they see you hit a trick, that drummer's gonna add an extra hit for you, or something will happen with those musicians to make your jam even better than it would have been. So let's say you want to go in the jam circle, but you don't have a partner you've been working with, and you don't see anyone in the room that's familiar to you. It's always a safe bet to just go solo. Sometimes it's really great to jump out in a jam circle and just throw down some Charleston footwork. The same rules are going to apply. You want to go for only 8/8 unless nobody is preparing to go into the circle, and you want to try to hit that 4th 8 and that 8/8 if you can, or if something else talks to you in the music. So I'm going to let my troupe here have a little fun with doing some solo jam circle time. Surprise! Groups of friends or even dance troupes or teams that used to choreograph together. Even sometimes it would have been 4 friends that got together and learned some things all at the same time. I'm sure if you're a Lindy Hopper, you do the same thing right now with some of your Lindy Hop friends. So another great way to prepare for a jam circle, grab another couple, or even if it's just a friend and you choreograph something that's solo jazz. And it's always great to see couples go out that are doing the same choreography or maybe choreography that complements each other, or 2 solo dancers doing the same thing together, or even 2 solo dancers doing different things but at the same time is fun to watch. So that group and community element is a really great part of the jam circle. Is to keep it simple and listen to the music. You'll find that if you find a spot in the music, maybe it's that 4th 8 count, and you do something really simple, even if it's just you just did a swing out and then you stop. That musical element, it's so simple, but you're going to get a bigger applause sometimes than the giant aerial that happens from another couple. Both have their place and both are great in a jam circle, but sometimes those simple things are the best way to go in a jam circle. So here's a secret about Shauna Marble. I have a word that I love. It's called jam-barrassed, and it means sometimes you're going to go into that jam circle, and even though you've practiced and you're a great dancer, you blank and you don't even remember how to do a swing out or any of those cool tricks that you practiced. And then you end up a little bit embarrassed. So I call that jam-barrassed. And I will tell you, I've been Lindy hopping since 1995. I think I have more jam circles I've done where I've been jam-barrassed than went really well. But I tell you what, no one's ever come up to me and been like, "Oh, you're that girl who always messes up the jam circles." Thank you. And so that's never happened, so just take a tip from me. It's better to go out there, be brave, and just try and keep trying. That's what I keep doing. And keep it simple, listen to the music, and have a good time. is, I don't know. Everybody take a breath.